We're back online, and let's go ahead and welcome Mr. Robert Hughes with the Campo Band of Mission Indians for his presentation on waste characterization.
Thank you. And thank you all for staying till the end of the day. I appreciate that. It's definitely a bigger crowd than I expected. So I'm Robert Hughes from the Campo Band of Mission Indians. I'm a tribal member there, and I am no longer the senior environmental technician. I'm now the director there. Um, which is pretty great because throughout this slide, you'll see I originally started as just a part-time guy that came on and did jobs that the regular employees did not want to do, such as waste characterization. So I'm going to be discussing two waste characterizations that I was a part of. One was in 2018 when I originally started, and then we did one pretty recently in 2024. Um, we are located about 45 minutes east of San Diego in the Laguna Mountains. The reservation size is about 16,512 acres, stretching from the border of Mexico to the base of the Laguna Mountains. We currently have 296 enrolled tribal members for our tribe, with about 150 living on reservation. We have 3 public water systems servicing about 150 people, and Campo has a casino with approximately 300 machines and a gas station, which has 16 regular pumps and 10 diesel truck stop pumps. And I work for the Campo Environmental Protection Agency. That's what our department is called. Our program consists of 5 employees. We have a director, 2 senior environmental specialists, 1 environmental technician, and 1 trainee. We have grants with air, 103, GAP, non-point source, and water quality. Those are all different hats that we wear, all different things that we do. SEPA's main goal is to improve the environment and to improve the reservation through work and education and outreach. So one of the main important things that you're doing with the waste characterization is to make sure you have proper PPE, Tyvek suits and sealed safety suit, gloves, make sure they're stab proof because you never know what's going to be in those garbage cans, especially when you do the casino and the casino has a truck stop. Make sure you have rubber boots, safety shoes. Uh, Definitely tape your wrist and ankles so nothing goes inside the suit. And then make sure you always go through a pre-work safety and hazard meeting, and make sure you have a mask. You definitely need the mask. And then why we do waste sorts. For me, I was like, I don't know. They told me to come do this job. We do waste sorts to gain basically information on the waste that's being sent out and to see what pollution sources we are sending to our local landfill. We can use the results to evaluate our needs for programs like recycling, composting, transfer stations. Results can make decisions for reservations and their council based on needs and factual data behind it to keep our environment clean and to steer our mission in the right direction. This is basically just one of our charts from some of the materials that we did. I believe this is the one from pretty recently. This is the one we did on reservation. So that gave us a pretty good idea of a good median because we didn't really do all the trash that we collect. We did I think a pretty good percentage of it, whatever the requirement was. But it was a good amount of trash. I think it ended up being 150 to 200 pounds of trash that was sorted through. And which was it was a long day. Employees hated it, but at the end of the day, at the end of the day, we got to realize that a good portion of our trash is stuff that can be composted. So that took my direction as the director. It really made me feel like we need to get a community garden and a composting program going. So that's been a big direction for our tribe. Um, but you pretty much do the separation of materials based on category, household hazardous waste, liquids, recyclables, and organics, separation of paper, cardboard, plastic, glass, separation and sorting of metals, CRV metal, non-CRV, and separation of other organics, food, yard waste, textiles, We also separate special waste, electronic waste, bulky items, and tires. These are some lovely pictures from our waste sort. The thing about a proper PPE is you should just make sure that you always have Tyvek suits that are going to fit everybody at the party. One of us had to wear a big, large trash bag. I'm not going to point it out who. uh, but I guess, that's the life of a temporary employee sometimes. So yeah, that was when we did that when I first started we did a waste characterization for the casino. Out of all my projects in EPA, that was probably the worst thing I've ever done. So I guess if you can hire a contractor or get temporary employees, please do. Otherwise, they might not stick around. The waste characterization study of Campo Innovations Casino was conducted in October of 2016 in partnership with SCS Engineers and Border Environmental Corporation Commission. The waste sort of the entire casino, gas station, C-store, bathrooms, casino floor, truckers lounge, employee area, bingo hall, and the back of house all had bags represent those areas. And these are basically the results of the characterization. SES conducted field sampling September 21st to 23rd, 2016 behind the Golden Acorn Casino. The waste sampling program consisted of hand sorting 6 waste samples collected from the waste generated in 5 areas and facilities, including the casino floor, eating areas, kitchen, outside casino bins, and truck stop, convenience store, and between 150 to 200 pounds. Each 200-pound sample was sorted into 33 different material types. However, only 19 of the material types were actually found at the casino. Based on the samples collected, the 3 largest types of materials by weight and overall waste included food waste, mixed paper, and composite paper. Divertible materials for which programs, methods, and infrastructures exist for reuse and recycling for overall water stream was about 35% divertible. And then potentially divertible materials from which these methods or technologies exist for reuse, recycling, and other beneficial use of overall waste was 12% of being divertible. And then for compostable organics that are appropriate for municipal composting programs for overall waste stream, approximately 10% is compostable, disposable. Materials that may fit in any definition above that are easily diverted from disposal for the overall waste stream, approximately 35% disposable. So we did kind of have pretty different results from the casino to our local trash. Our local trash definitely had a lot more organics and compostable material. And then the waste characterization on reservation homes is a little chart here for that too. Basically how that one went, staff arrived at SEPA about 7:30 a.m. to run through the health and safety plan and discuss procedures for doing the characterization. The waste sort area was then set up using a plywood board, secured with picnic tables and covered by large blue tarps. Additional tarps were used to shield the area from possible wind that may pick up throughout the day. Definitely account for the wind. That was a big issue when we were doing our second waste characterization. The first one, we were luckily in between the Connex boxes, but it definitely was also hot without wind, so it was a kind of lose-lose situation. Trash cans were labeled each with the different categories that SEPA decided to use for this characterization and then placed around the sorting area. After setup, all the trash bags were weighed by a CASPB portable bench scale to get the total gross weight. SEPA collected about 737 pounds of garbage from 37 homes for the waste sort. After all the bags of waste were weighed, staff began to sort through each bag and divide it into different categories when the trash cans were full. Each material category was weighed on the bench scale, minus the tare weight of the trash cans. Tally sheets for the weights were kept each set of samples. Any remaining particles left on the table were added to the mixed category. After everything was sorted and weighed, the trash cans were bagged into new 55-gallon trash bags and put into Campo's trash truck for the next trash day. Total weights for all the categories can be seen in the table if you're interested. Definitely a big project to go through. So definitely give your staff a pizza party or something after. And there's some pictures of some of the trash, the waste sorting area, and then some of the employees doing the bagging. And doing the dirty work to make our reservation cleaner and our program more efficient. And then, of course, once you do get your results and they come in, you can make future plans as resultings of the findings of the waste characterization program. The big thing for us was composting program. For the casino was to-go container replacement, food waste program for the casino, and in addition to knowing what could be composted at the casino, if you do keep track of their food waste, you can see if they're actually being efficient in the kitchen or not as well. And then, of course, the composting program has led me to really enjoy doing the community garden and supporting that. And luckily this year for our tribe, we have a lot of good partners that are partnering with us in our garden. So we got a couple professional businesses in San Diego and stuff and partners. So we're very fortunate for that.